Hello students, myself Anirban Basurai Chaudhuri, Lab Assistant, Department of Chemistry, JS College of Engineering, Kalyan. And you are watching the lab video. The paper name is Environmental Engineering Lab and paper code is Civil CE791. This is for Civil 4th year students. Now, today I am going to discuss about the experiment, that is the estimation of iron present in the given solution using standardized KMnO4 by redox titration method. Now, the theoretical, what is redox? Already you know, in which experiment reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously. It is called the redox titration. Oxidation is the process, you know, of loss of one or more electrons, and the reduction is the gain of electrons by atoms or ions. The reagent undergoing reduction is called the oxidizing agent, or it is called oxidant, and the reagent undergoing oxidizing called the reducing agent or the reductant. In redox titration, a reducing agent is titrated against an oxidizing agent and vice versa. Already you have read it in your previous class. So normally potassium permanganate, iodine are the commonly used as oxidizing agent, and the malic acid, more salt solution, sodium thiosulfates are the commonly used as reducing agent. So in our experiment we are using the potassium permanganate, which is a powerful and commonly available oxidizing agent in presence of some acidic solution. So we are using here the acidic solution is sulfuric acid solution, dilute sulfuric acid, 2 normal of sulfuric acid we are using. Okay. And one more important thing in this experiment. So in this experiment, there is no other indicator is used. So KMnO4 acts as a strong oxidizing agent in this experiment, and also it is act as an indicator. It is called the self-indicator. So in that particular experiment, whenever all the reducing agent have been oxidized, then the excess drop of KMnO4 solution change the color. So it is act as an indicator also. It is an oxidizing agent, and also it is act as an indicator. So it is called self-indicator. Now this is the reaction. Now this is all about the theoretical part. Now in the next part, I will going to show you the procedure or the experiment in the laboratory, how we will perform the experiment actually. So students, watch the video carefully. See you in the next part. Okay. Hello students. Today I am going to show you the experiment called the estimation of iron of a given sample. Okay. So through redox titration method. So the experiment is estimation of iron of a given sample through redox titration method. Now as I told, redox titration, so what do you mean by redox? You know, I think you know very much that redox, that means reduction, oxidation, in which experiment reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously is called the redox titration. Okay. Now in this experiment there is also reduction and oxidation takes place. So the oxidizing agent which is used here in this experiment is potassium permanganate solution, KMnO4 solution, and the reducing agent is the sample which containing some iron. Okay, and apparatus which is required for this experiment, and the reagents are there, like one burette is required, 25 ml of pipette is required, then conical flask. Okay, and the reagents are known strength of potassium permanganate solution. We are taking 0.1002 normal of potassium permanganate solution, and then the unknown sample which containing some iron, and we have to estimate that thing. Okay, now 2 normal of dilute sulfuric acid, 2 normal sulfuric acid, and a test tube. By that we are taking the sulfuric acid solution. Now first of all, what you have to take, and before starting, In this experiment, there is no indicator. This is a special thing because in this experiment, that KMnO4, which is a reagent that is act as an indicator. Now this is called self-indicator. I think you know very much this thing also. So this is the self-indicator. That means when all the reducing agent have been oxidized, the excess drop of that potassium permanganate change the color. That's why it is act as indicator also. So no other or external indicator is added in this experiment. This is the reagent and this is act as an indicator. So it is called the self-indicator. That is the special thing of this experiment. Now what is the procedure? So first of all you have to take that known strength of potassium permanganate in a washed burette. So already burette is filled with potassium permanganate solution. Then you have to prepare out 25 ml of that sample. That means with containing iron. So you have to prepare out that thing in a washed conical flask, and then you have to add 2 normal of sulfuric acid 10 ml. Then you have to titrate it. Now what should be the color change? The color change should be colorless to pink. Pink color will appear. Okay. So let's start the experiment. Okay, you'll watch the video. So first of all, we have to prepare out 25 ml of the sample. Sample is taken. You have to make up the volume up to that mark. You know that. The lower mid इसका शुद्ध आस्था है. 25 minutes taken. In the conical flask. And one thing you should know that now potassium permanganate, you know that is the secondary standard solution. Now we are giving you known strength of that potassium permanganate. That is, as I told, 0.1002 normal. Now that should be standardized by a primary standard. So already it is standardized by a primary standard called oxalic acid solution. Now this experiment already done. That means by that standardized method, like by oxalic acid, known strength of oxalic acid. By that we are standardizing that potassium permanganate solution. Okay, and we are giving the strength which is coming from there. Okay, that is the known strength which we give. So 25 ml of sample, that is the iron containing sample, is taken. Now we have to add 2 normal sulfuric acid in it. We are adding 2 normal sulfuric acid. Then you have to begin to start the experiment. So you have to plot a paper, white paper, and check the initial reading while you are starting the experiment. You know it better, already you have done so many titrations in chemistry lab. So check the initial reading and start the titration. Add dropwise. The color should be colorless to pink. So use your left hand if you are right-handed to operate the stopcock, and always start the conical with your right hand. The color is coming and it is disappearing. And while you are doing that titration, don't see again to the burette. See, always concentrate in that titration flask, that is the conical flask, where you should check the color change. In one drop, the color should be changed because reading will come automatically. Okay, no color is changed. Good. Okay, transfer to pink. So colorless to pink color is appear. So that is the end point. Then we have to take the final reading. So initially some reading is there, say it is 0 and now it is coming say 9 point something or whatever. So final minus initial, you get your actual volume which is consumed. Okay. Now you have to repeat that experiment twice. That means you have to take 3 observations and you have to note down in your copy. Clear? Note down in the table part. Clear? So this is the experiment. It's very simple experiment. And after doing that experiment, after plotting the table or fill up the table, then some little bit calculations are there, and then afterward we can find how much iron is present in that sample. Clear? Okay, students. Now watch the next part, that is the calculation portion. Students, this is the last part of this experiment, result and calculation part. Now look, there is a table. You have to fill up the table first after doing the experiment, as I told. So 3 observations are there. Already we have to take 3 observations. And so first of all, the volume of water sample, that should be 25 ml. Every time we are repeating 25 ml. Then the initial reading and final reading of the burette. Just see and write down that. Then the volume consumed, that means final minus initial, you will get that volume. Okay, whatever. Say it is 0 to 9 is coming. So reading if like this, so 9 minus 0, that is 9 is the volume of cheminophore solution. Already you know that. Then the concordant reading, the consecutive reading which is coming, that is the concordant one. And then the strength of the cheminophore solution, which is coming from that calculation part. And afterward, the strength of the sample and also the iron present in the iron, how much iron is present. So first of all, you have to use that for very simple calculation using the normality equation V1 S1 V2 S2, where S2 you have to determine the V1 is the volume of cheminophore solution. From the burette reading we can find it, that is the actually concordant reading, we have to put it there. Then S1 is the strength of cheminophore solution, that is given. As I told in this experiment, we are taking 0.1002 normal, and then the volume of sample, that is V2, we are taking 25 ml, and strength of that respective iron, that should be determined. That means if S2 is determined, then very easily we can find out how much iron is present. Through this, the amount of iron present in the sample is S2, multiplying it with equivalent weight of iron. Equivalent weight of iron is 56, you know that. So S2 means, don't write S2 after knowing the value, although you have to put instead of S2 the value, whatever strength is coming. So that strength into 56, that much grams per liter is coming. So this is the amount of iron which is present in your sample. So whatever reading is coming, if you do that calculation, very simple calculation, if you plot it or put it into that particular calculation part, very easily you can find out the amount of iron which is present in your sample. So student, this is all about the estimation of iron in the sample experiment through redox titration method. I think all of you understood that. So thanks to watch the video. So see you in the next class. Okay, thank you students.